going on, guys? It's me, David Derek Films here. Welcome back to another episode of Madden 17 New York Giants franchise. In this episode, we're going to be doing the second off-season in this franchise series. And let's get right into it. So right here, we are going to look at our scout, Wes York, and offer him a deal because his contract is running out this year, along with Madison Boucher. We definitely want both of them back. And, of course, Ben McAdoo is going to continue to be our head coach. He just won the Super Bowl this past year, obviously, so we do want to keep him. Now let's take a look at the retirees. No one from the Bears. You got Andrew Whitworth, Will Tufuafu, Richie Incognito. No one from the Broncos or Browns. Buccaneers, they lose Darryl Smith and Brent Grimes. Cardinals lose Frosty Rucker and Larry Fitzgerald. No one from the Chargers. No one from the Chiefs. No one from the Colts. The Cowboys lose Doug Free and Jason Witten. Jason Witten finally goes. That's one less guy we have to cover in that divisional matchup. John Kuhn is gone. Alan Barber's gone, along with Darren Sproles. So our division rivals, they're losing a lot of people here. Rob Ninkovich calls it quits, along with Jeff Fisher. No one from the Giants retires, so Manning did not retire, even though he won the Super Bowl. He's getting up there in age. But he is sort of declining in overall, so we might have to be looking for some replacements. Of course, he's definitely going to start next season. I'm just saying, if he retires next year, then we need to find a replacement for him. Vince Wilfork is gone. That's unfortunate. I like Vince Wilfork. And, yeah, not many people retired. But now let's get into the re-sign phase. Right here, you see we have to re-sign Jason Pierre-Paul, Will Johnson, and Devin Kennard are the three main guys that we have to go ahead and sign. And so right here, we are going to go ahead and take a look at Leon Hall, and we're going to withdraw our offer from him. He's 33 years old, 74 overall, and he wants just a little bit too much money. Same thing with Christian Michael. We simply just don't need him on the team, and there's no way I'm paying him almost $6 million to be a fourth stringer. Right here, David Andrews. He's 26 years old, 71 overall. Great stats, but I just feel like we already have Weston Richburg, and I don't want to see his talent be wasted just being a backup. So we're going to get rid of him, along with Captain Munnerlin. He's getting up there in age as well. He's a 70 overall. We need to get rid of him. JT Thomas, the third, he's been on the team for quite a while now, and we're going to let him go, along with Jonathan Casillas, who has declined greatly, down to a 68 overall. And then right here, Drew Stanton versus Ryan Nassib, and we're going to get rid of Drew Stanton. He's 34 years of age and only a 65 overall. Right here, we're going to look at Devin Kennard, try to sign him to a 4-year deal worth $31.5 million. He's 27 and about an 85 overall, but he wants to go ahead and test free agency, and I'm not that disappointed because we have Quan Alexander and Shaq Thompson. Right here, Will Johnson, our fullback, we're going to try to get him to sign to a 2-year deal. He's a very solid player. I'd like to have him back, but he also wants to test out free agency. Matt Prater was solid last year. He missed a couple extra points, but I would like to bring him back on a 1-year deal, and that's what we're going to do right there. He's 79 overall. And then Brashad Perryman, he's 24 years of age. The Ravens considered him to be a #1 wide receiver, so we're going to try to bring him back. We do. Jay Bromley wants a little bit too much money, $11.7 million. He's young, 26 years old, 72 overall. He's a bright future, but unfortunately, we just don't need him because we are a contending team, and we don't really need youth to develop because we're not building at all. We're already there. We just won the Super Bowl. We're going to sign Adam Humphries there, who's like a discount Julian Edelman, and the speedster Marquise Goodwin, we're going to also sign to a 2-year deal. Now on to CJ Spiller. We simply don't need him anymore. We can go find someone better in free agency. He's getting up there in age, and age does not do well to running backs. Ryan Seymour, our left guard, 74 overall. He's 28 years old, right in the middle of his prime. We're going to let him go. Bennett Jackson at free safety. He's 26 years old and just an athletic freak. Look at that, 90 speed. Great special teamer he could be, so we're going to bring him back. He did a nice job filling in for Darian Thompson last year. And Ryan Nassib, why not bring him back? He doesn't want that much money. He can be our third string. Now on to Shane Vereen, a guy that led our team in receptions. We definitely want to bring him back to a 1-year deal, but he says he would like to play for a new team next year. And finally, the man that we've been unable to sign for the past couple seasons now is Jason Pierre-Paul. He's about a 90 overall. He's 29 years of age. We're going to give him a 3-year deal, but he wants to test free agency. And once again, another year of franchise tagging Jason Pierre-Paul. So at least we got him back on the team. I'm tired of doing that. But anyway, let's take a look at a trade right here. Victor Cruz and a second for a first-round pick from the 49ers, 7th overall. Victor Cruz is getting up there in age. He is declining, and we have his replacement, Sterling Shepard there, who was phenomenal last year, and I think Shepard is finally able to go ahead and replace Cruz, and that's exactly what we do, and that's my reasoning for that. Dwayne Harris is expendable, and we're also going to give up a 3rd-round pick to move up in the draft to the 43rd overall pick in the 2nd round, so that's very good. Now Romeo Okwara, 66 overall. He is 23, but I don't see any future for him. Bryson Kuanadijo, I don't even know how to say his name. He's going to be off the team as well. We simply don't need him. Right here, Lance Dunbar, we're going to go ahead and try to get him to sign to this deal, 2-year deal worth about $6 million, 75 overall, right in the middle of his prime, and we're hoping that he can replace Shane Vereen because he has great hands out of the backfield. And now to replace Will Johnson is Will Tufuafu, a former Seattle Seahawk. We're going to get him to sign to a 1-year deal. Hopefully, we offer that to him. We're also going to go ahead and try to get Devin Kennard back. You know, 3-year deal worth $12.5 million. Hopefully, he signs to that. Hopefully, no one else goes and hunts him down. Right here, Darkeys Dennard. Just some depth there at corner that never hurts anybody. We still will have Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, Janoris Jenkins, and Eli Apple, but why not buff up that position even more? Because we did lose Leon Hall and Captain Munnerlyn. Right here, Kyle Van Noy, the guy the Patriots traded for in the middle of the season. He intrigued me a bit, and I'm going to offer him a very weak contract and hope that no other team wants him and hope that he signs to that deal. So right here you can see that Dennard, Dunbar, and Tufuafu all agreed to sign to their contracts, so we have all 3 of them, which is good. Now we're going to move Brody Mix over to left guard. This is just some backup editing, so it just fits our scheme nicely. Right here, Sean Kreider is an extra tackle that we don't need on the team. 66 overall, not much of a future, so we get rid of him. We're also going to move Maxie Griffin over to center to back up Weston Richburg. Shaq Petaway, a right outside linebacker. He's 25 years of age, 68 overall, not that fast, and we just simply don't need him anymore. We are pretty much set at linebacker, even though we did lose Kennard. And now right here, the blockbuster. All right, let me explain. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie is getting old, 79 overall. He's getting old. He's regressing. All right, we trade up for him for the 8th pick. So now we have the 7th and 8th pick in the entire draft right there in the first round. That's terrific. All right, he's getting old. We needed to trade him. And you can see right there, Kyle Van Noy declines our offer. But anyway, we just don't need him anymore because we have Eli Apple. So we have Sterling stepping up for Cruz, and then we also have Apple stepping up for Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. And that's just my reasoning behind that. If you want to make me explain it furtherly, just comment down below, and I will explain my side to that. He is a great Giant. He'll go down in history, one of the best corners on the Giants team, but we just simply don't need him anymore, and I'd like to move up in the draft, and he is getting older just like Victor Cruz. Now right here in the draft, you can see the Eagles select a left tackle, Dolphins a defensive tackle, Ravens a wide receiver, Vikings a wide receiver, nothing too good. Right there, that quarterback goes off the board. I did not want that quarterback. I already know the 2 players that I do want, and he was one of them if my quarterback got picked, which I'm going to go ahead and pick right now. All right, so you know how Eli Manning is getting up there in age? We're going to go ahead. We're going to select this guy, Derek Rubio. All right, he threw for over 500 yards in a game at Oklahoma. He was absolutely terrific for them, and we definitely want him on our team. Look at those combine stats. He's an athletic quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He has a great arm, and just like that, 80 overall with quick development. He is ranked number 2 in true talent, and we got him at number 7. That is fantastic. Right there, that is our guy to replace Eli Manning. Once Eli Manning retires, he will not play this year. I can guarantee you that, for the most part, I guess. If Manning somehow does bad, I'll put Rubio in. But Rubio is going to be a great player. Now right here, the Heisman winner, Deshaun Benford. It was between him and David Woodbury. And we're going to go after Deshaun Benford because, again, look at those numbers in the Combine. Superstar development, 79 overall. He is 10th in true talent, and we got him at number 8. So that is a great pick right there. Out of Ohio State, prototype linebacker. We're going to move him over to left outside linebacker to fill the void that Devin Kennard left. Now here at the number 43rd pick overall in the entire draft, we're going to be going after a safety. You can see right there, it came down to like 4 safeties, and I really could not pick which safety to go with. And this guy has pretty good combine stats. You know, he's first in the vertical jump, and he just great stats. 88 speed. He is a 71 overall. Not the greatest of picks. I would like someone better, but we do have Darian Thompson, Landon Collins, and Bennett Jackson that he gets to compete with. So I'm not too worried about that. And we also got 2 absolutely terrific players at 7 and 8 in the draft. Right here, John Dane, a strong safety. We're going to be going after him. And 68 overall, not the greatest of pick. He's 23 years old, which is a little bit old coming out of the draft. So I don't know if I like him or not. But again, he'll just be a backup just like our first safety was. Now at pick 160, we're going to go ahead and look at a couple of guys right here. They're all projected to go in the 7th round. But we're going to take a look at Rodriguez Newsom, and he's going to be a 68 overall. Nothing impressive, but again, just some more depth that maybe he can build on or something. We can always put him on the practice squad and see if he grows. Now, pick 192, we're going to take a look at our right outside linebacker here, Lucky Shmurna. I don't even know how to say his name. He's sort of up there in the combine. Actually, he's pretty good up there in the combine, and he just looked like a physical freak. And we get him. And it's a good pick, but he's only 68 overall, and there's really not much you can get. Now, we do have the last pick of the draft since we did just win the Super Bowl, so we do have Mystery Relevant that we get to pick, and let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be a running back named Calvin Borio. He's a 66 overall, 93 speed. I only picked him because of the speed, and yeah, not a great pick, but I mean, he's going to be Mr. Irrelevant, and maybe he might turn into something good. But the two main guys in this draft that I want you to remember is Derek Rubio and Deshaun Benford. Both guys are going to be starters some point in the next 2 years. If Manning retires at the end of this year, then Rubio is definitely going in. I don't care if he grows to like if Manning decreases to a 1 overall. All right, Manning is going to play until he retires because I promised someone in the comments that I would do that. Right here, Deshaun Benford, like I said, we're going to move him out to left outside linebacker. So it's him, Quan Alexander, and Shaq Thompson there at the linebacking core, which is extremely solid. All 80 overalls, which is terrific. Eduardo Waddell, he's a linebacker that we drafted in the last draft, and he surprised me because he grew quite a bit. And I mean, he could even be a starter at some point. So we have a lot of competition there at linebacker. And our last move of the offseason, we're going to go ahead and look at Quinton Dunbar, 26 years of age, 74 overall, and hopefully going to add some depth to the cornerback position because we did lose Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. And that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Comment, subscribe. Remember your veggies. Go to school. Dan Carr Films out. Peace! And remember, if you want me to explain anything in the comments, just leave it down below.